not a loser, overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. Hey, I am more than a conqueror. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me.
Today's topic is indeed what, Joshua?
The International Day
Of
for
persons with disability. Let's hear your info.
My dear Otiko,
Yes.
in 1992, the UN proclaimed the World Disability Day, which is being celebrated on every 3rd December. In this, it raises the awareness of persons with disability, the situation, the end to survival, and all other supports necessary for persons with disability.
And so to join us in the conversation today is our very special guest called Reverend Stephen Mensah of the Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry. Let's welcome Reverend Steve onto the stage. Yes. So we are very grateful that you found the time to come and commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disability. And we know that you've been doing a lot of work. Why you be them to change attitudes, to help them to survive. So I want you to tell us why you are so concerned about persons with disability.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Otiko, and I'm very grateful to be honored to be invited to this great show. I think that my life as a Reverend Minister, we are very evangelistic. That's why we are called Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry. But our evangelistic activities are more centered in the rural areas of our country, very, very remote, and most of the places that have no access roads and things. So we do our missions there. And we discovered so many disabled people or physically challenged people in the rural communities living in a very deplorable state who come to our meetings and come to also to our helps ministry when we are distributing food items and things. That was where we realized that a lot of, in fact, we didn't even have no statistics about how many persons are living with disability until we started moving to the rural Ghana, and we saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and literally thousands of them trapped in rural Ghana who have no life, virtually no one cares for them. Most of them are crawling on the ground. Some are, very terrible state. I can't begin to talk about the state in which disabled people live in the rural Ghana. Yeah. So that was where the interest started. And so anytime we went into our communities to do our crusades, we give priority to all those who are visually impaired, the deaf community, and they come in their thousands. Wow. And they line up and they queue. And the way some of them appear on the ground is very depressing. Some are on their hands and knees. Some are using their bum to walk. Some walk 9 miles, 6 miles, 5 miles in the bushes, in the areas. Some are carried in wheelbarrows. Some husbands carry wives who are disabled. There are no vehicles. There are no, so they just crawl there and they come in their thousands. So that was where our interest in disabled people started, if I may say so.
Reverend, so in view of this, what are some of the activities, the events that you've been organizing?
Well, when we saw the deplorable state of our physically challenged and disabled people in the rural community, we decided to set a day for them, something we call a day of help. It's a day we set aside to really, really attend to persons with disability. And we invited stakeholders, I mean people who are in charge of the president of the blind, the visually impaired, the president of the various associations and groupings and all that. So we had a meeting with them, and then we put up a program together, and we took it to the Independence Square. We were expecting a certain number, but we were blown away totally by the numbers that appeared at the Independence Square. Over 15,000 disabled people. Wow. Albeit those who are persons with albinism and cerebral palsy. I didn't know that children who have cerebral palsy, autistic children, and many more challenges with people are included in the disability community.
The Day of Help is such a huge program. All these buses and all these people being fed and being given different items, screening, medicines, food, buckets, and what have you. Reverend, where do you get the funding from?
Well, I passionately shared the vision with my church members. I showed them footages from our crusades, and I said to them that we are setting a day only for disabled people. Wow. So we wanted them to contribute. So it took like 5 to 6 months to gather a lot of resources. We brought in so many health personnel, asked them to volunteer. Some charged us, some did it for free. So we had about 350 medical personnel at the Independence Square.
In Accra last year.
In Accra. And then we were told that we should move, of course your good self told us that we should move the Day of Help to another region, in fact, to Tamale. So we contacted the people in Tamale, and the people in Tamale said, you have seen the disabled people in Accra, now you are about to see the real disabled people.
Yes, the real disabled people. And Tamale was phenomenal.
Tamale, when we went there, and Otiko, I'm sure you were there also, the footages will show that you were there. And we were also blown away. Over 22,000 persons with disability appeared at the Tamale Jubilee Park.
Wow.
It is the greatest number of disabled people I've ever seen in one place.
Wow.
And I was totally blown away more to see persons with disability in the very deplorable state. Very, 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 very. You know, the temperatures in Tamale normally are between 37, 38. The temperatures are very high. And thousands of them are on the bare ground. If I ask you to remove your shoes and walk on the street of Tamale, it will be very difficult because the heat. But these people live on the ground. They crawl, they sit. There are no wheelchairs, no assistive devices, nothing. They are just there. Those who carry them get tired, so they leave them on the ground. Thankfully, we had about 1,000 wheelchairs on the ground. 1,000 wheelchairs on the ground. So all those who came crawling on the ground were all given wheelchairs. And
you charge them?
No. Nobody pays a CD or $1 or anything. We rather spend all the money. I cannot begin to tell you the budget for the Tamale.
That's your secret.
It's our biggest expenditure program ever in the history of the church.
How many white canes did you send?
We sent about 1,000 white canes.
And the mattresses?
We sent about 5,000 mattresses.
And buckets, soap.
15,000 buckets.
Soap, lanterns.
20,000 soaps.
Lanterns.
5,000 lanterns.
Mosquito coil.
1,000 pack of mosquito coil.
What did I mention? But cutlasses.
Cutlasses. We were surprised to see that physically challenged people were farmers. I was blown away to see people who are crawling on the ground farming. So we carried 2,000 cutlasses.
Wow. And the glasses, reading glasses.
1,000 reading glasses for those who can see. But
let's talk. This is the ability of charismatic evangelistic ministry led by Reverend Stephen Mensah.
Reverend.
Hey.
With all these 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 things, I guess it's not easy. What are some of the challenges that you encountered during this program?
A lot of challenges. a lot of challenges. First of all, we have to rent about 18 trucks to carry the items. We took about 1,000 volunteers because some of the people cannot carry their items. So we bought 14 buses and have to give them places to sleep and then also food to eat. We cooked for the 20,000 people.
Cooked for all of them.
I mean, when you were there, you saw it, that people were having food to eat. The person with disabilities, we took about 21 dentists because some of them have never had a dental care.
And then you're actually having the doctors organize repairs and sort people out who have problems with their teeth.
Some of them have never seen a
They
dentist
have to be
before.
pulled out.
Yeah.
And some of them have minor operations like what?
Yeah. We also took about 30 surgeons to the Tamale General Hospital a week prior to the Day of Help to take care of persons with disability who need surgery but can't afford it. So we screen about 450 of them and 155 were worked on. I have a great friend, one of my best friends, Bishop Dakiwad Mills, who took it upon himself to say that, Reverend Steve, for this your Day of Help, my contribution to you is to buy you the wheelchairs.
Wow.
Yeah, so I thank God for
We have to thank Reverend Dakiwad Mills as well.
Use his own money, ordered the wheelchairs, he came in, cleared it, and then asked me to now send it to Tamale. And I'm very grateful to him. He's my best friend, and he's always supporting my work with disabled people.
We are also very grateful to you and to Reverend Dakiwad Mills and your church. We're taking a quick break, and we will be right back to continue this conversation. Let's talk
ability.
Let's talk
Ability.
We'll be right back.
I'm a winner, not a loser. Overcome, hey, I am more than a conqueror.
You're welcome back from the short break. If you just join us, we are still talking. Let's talk
Ability.
We are still having interesting conversation with Reverend Steve Mensah, and it is time to chip chat. We can get on social at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Let's Talk Ability. My dear Otiko, are you there?
I'm right here with the audience, with our wonderful audience.
Yeah, my name is Stephen Dombo. I'm a staff of the Department of Social Welfare. You talked about Bishop Dak having to use his own money to clear the wheelchairs that comes to Ghana. The Department of Social Welfare has a leeway. When you have items like this that is meant for persons with disability, you come to my office and then we will write to the Minister of Gender. Then they will give you exemption. In that case, you will not pay for anything to clear any item that is meant for persons with disability. Thank you so much, and God bless you, Reverend.
Good. Hey, that's it.
Reverend, since you started this program, honestly, I've been to the program for about 2 occasions. I saw the number of people as disabled that we used to meet there uncountable. But everybody was able to be settled. There's going to be more challenges. And I know, since you started this, how are you going to prepare for the next program? Because I know more people will be coming.
Reverend, how are you going to prepare? Obey say nipani omotia, obeba more. The omoba more sana. Obey then wama obia mattress, obia lantern, obia cutlass, obia samina, bucket, sponge. Hey, any man cry also.
Reverend, from 50,000 to 22,000 to 30,000. So how are you going to do that?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank my brother who made very kind comments about our ministry. And also, I really appreciate your volunteerism spirit to come and join us. We're very, very happy to have you join us and to bring your experiences into our program. So thank you very much. Now, to answer my brother's question, at every Day of Help, we see the challenges we face. We see the number of people who come, the modalities, and then we in our meetings on our review, we strategize some other plans to be able to contain the people. So we are going to expand our scope of help, and also from the government to also help us, so that we can be able to mobilize more resources and train more volunteers, and so that we're able to handle the growing numbers of the people who will attend our program. So plans are far afoot. Right now, we know where we are going in November. The next day of help is going to be in Ashanti region.
Your last question, Wahana. Okay, but your first say.
Me de Emmanuel Anan. Me more Accra Rehabilitation Center. First of all, Reverend Ejuma o ye na Yankopon Shirawo. Yankopon anka so guso Shirawo. Na me gele say obey the sense ah. Na they have me personally ne say disabled funa ye no more center no Sundays e no person mo kwa sorry. But ubisa mo so ma sorry no staircase e ho na wa. Me yan access nko ma sorry no e kwan on say accessibility aye issue e ma disabled funa. Say yenya access into me nko bank nko yiska ni yenya access in full bus say the full bus asori de nkeni se nka ye bibisa
you mama now bibika okay
e bacho say na uko other regions no bacho ka voter regions so my
Our day of help will go to all the 10 regions in Ghana. And I hear they're about to create some more regions. If they create more regions, we'll go to all those regions by the grace of God. But going forward also in our ministry, it is part of our vision set. Next year, you may see what we call a disability village. We have acquired 1,000 acres. IABCCC are dying, school dying, sorry dying. It is going to be a disability-friendly community where microphone more that the Kwanche roadside and cardboard. I'm guaranteeing you that a time is going to come there will be no homeless disabled person lying anywhere.
Amen.
Almost stress sika won kwanchen ebe yi won ina ama won baby pa ma wada na omo se no adwuma ye na ebe si hospital kakraka wo ho se ne be ya won mo hia surgery won hia medical care between alcohol schools recreation centers. It's a whole community that will help and train and empower people who can now enter into the real community and also work and be able to find their life.
So, Reverend, we will take a quick break and come back. You are wanted everywhere in Ghana.
I'm a winner, not a loser. Overcome, hey, I am more than a conqueror.
Joshua.
You're welcome back from the break. This program is sponsored by Henry Djaba Foundation. Reverend Steve, I guess you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
You have something wonderful to do for me. But before you do that for me, I have the question for the day. And whoever will get it right, have a surprise with me. The surprise you gave me to give it to my people is here with me. So the question here is, my dear Otiko, are you there?
My sweetheart, I'm here.
What is the day set by the UN for the Disability Day?
Unim.
But answer here 3rd December.
3rd December. Eyampa.
Wow.
Eyampa. Let's talk
Ability.
Let's talk
Ability.
Unsa mo abeli pa. Eninti ye wo achede sronko.
Man.
Ye de be ma e ma me pacho efrozen.
But your from Emilia Abio.
Emilia Abio. So when your answer no correct for 10 points no.
Man.
Why biom na wo ha o hia wheelchair. Who hia wheelchair? Wo ha mami su hia wheelchair. Nti bo side ha say why ade enya answer ne correct. Sister no so be nya wheelchair. And na omo ye visually impaired no. Mo yes I mo raise mo hands na me hwe. Makan wom Sadiq. Nti omo so Reverend Stephen and Mayen white canes. 10 and also yede be chemo enne. That is what God is doing through Reverend Steve Mensah. Nti Reverend, please come with me. Omaye 10. Nti ba me ene obetia Reverend so that for obani to akonya no ne he obetena mu. Fantastic. Let's talk
ability.
Let's talk
Ability.
Let's talk
Ability.
Reverend ability pass otimi support omo edi dem no omonya wheelchair who need white canes. And the Reverend nti ubema stay back. Yes. Good. Why biom ene here bi. Reverend ebisu we chire ho. Thank you very much. What do you have to say to persons with disability? What do you have to say to them? And then I'll be catching in celebration of the International Day of Persons with Disability.
They shouldn't see their disability as inability. God is going to help them. They must also encourage themselves and help themselves.
Let's talk
Ability.
Let's talk
Ability.
May God bless you.
I'm a